welcome back to the Loading Up podcast. I am your host, Producer Jay, along with my two co-hosts, full house today, Brother Zay.
Fuck this.
I know it's hot. And also Brother Zay.
What's up?
What's going on, guys? How you been?
I live in a constant state of anger and frustration.
I apologize for being late, all right?
It has nothing to do with you, just personally.
It's just
That's
because
on you. You felt that way. Yeah. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I know. The heat makes everybody go crazy.
I'm already crazy.
Exactly. Which is worse. How you guys been? What games you been playing lately?
Tell you the truth, I've been very distracted, getting lost. I'm not playing any games, and I don't remember what I did for this week. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's crazy.
I really don't remember.
That's crazy.
So I could tell you what I've been playing. I actually played a new game. It's not a new game in terms of because it came out like 2 years ago. But
Okay.
it just released on Game Pass, so I was able to play it. Toem, have you heard about that game?
Yes, I've tried it out a little bit.
It's a very charming game. Like it's
Toem?
Toem, Toem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like it's an indie game. It's really, I would say short. It took me, I beat it in a day, but I mean, like 7 hours, 8 hours, just playing nonstop. But
This man's finishing games.
I know, I told you, you didn't believe me.
We still don't. If you want to
I mean, whatever. But it's very interesting. It's more like puzzles. You take pictures of different things to complete quests and stuff like that. It's nice. It's a nice short game if you want to like take a break from the constant AAA games or whatever and just want a nice relaxing game. The music, the soundtrack is amazing. It's very chill, like lo-fi type stuff.
I rather forgot that we live in a city where we don't do peaceful.
Exactly. This is the escape that you need.
Yeah, chaos every day.
Chaos is how I relax. What are you talking about? If it's too... Why do you think I don't sleep well in the South? I'm like, there's not enough noise in here for me to relax.
I mean, I get that.
He said, where are the gunshots?
Where the gunshots and the sirens and the police car. I need that. I can't sleep without it.
Why is no one not yelling at somebody? Telling that they owe them money. Can't do this.
So I've been playing like a mixed bag of things. So I've been playing some of the season 1 of Diablo 4. I've been playing a lot of Exo Primal with my buddy Brea. We love that game. It has actually a really cool story to it.
I'm gonna be honest. We played it last week for the gameplay.
Like 2 matches.
Like 2 matches, whatever. I couldn't get into it. Like,
did you say game? Hold on. Did you say game? What did you just say about game?
Gameplay.
I heard gameplay. I heard GameCube, and I was like, "What?"
No.
I was like, "You do that stuff?"
It's hard to get into right in the beginning, but once you realize that there's actual story behind it, and there's actual story missions that you get to do, the missions are insane, and the story is really cool, really fun. We're just having a blast playing it though. So,
yeah, maybe I just haven't played it like enough.
I mean, we literally only played like 1.5 matches.
Yeah, and I had to do the tutorial, and it was kind of like rushed.
It was a chore to do it for sure.
Yeah,
but it does get better for sure.
Sound like how I played.
Okay.
Sound like my friend when we played Dead by Daylight. Hilarious.
Speaking of Dead by Daylight, the Nicolas Cage DLC just came out, I think.
For
what?
Dead by Daylight?
What?
Yeah. I think I saw somebody playing it on YouTube.
Is he?
He's a survivor. Yeah.
Oh, is he from? Is it the movie
no,
one
it's,
where
it's
he doesn't
just,
talk?
It's just Nick Cage.
His greatest movie.
It's just Nick Cage.
Damn. That's my favorite movie. That's his best movie.
Wait, which one?
I forgot the name of it, but he doesn't. It's pretty much
like Rain Man.
Five Nights at Freddy. No, it's like Five Nights at Freddy, where he doesn't talk the whole movie, but he's like battling animatronics that are trying to kill him.
Huh?
He doesn't say a single word the whole movie.
That's crazy. What?
I've never. Well, he Nicolas Cage does a lot of like out there movies. To be fair,
It literally, honestly, it was one of his best performances because it's all faith, and you get it.
I'm gonna have to check it out then.
Oh, and I'm gonna look it up. You go, keep going.
So besides Exo Primal, I've also gotten back to I'm replaying Red Dead 2.
That's one I need to go back to. I got like, I want to say like maybe 25% of the way through, and then for whatever, no, I know exactly what happened. My freaking Xbox died on me because that game was making the fan run like overtime.
Oh yeah. It's a very heavy duty game. You know?
Yeah. So like I
The
stopped
CPU is
playing.
definitely running hard.
Yeah, I stopped playing, and then like the next time I played, because then I moved on. I think it was Kingdom Hearts I started playing, but it was only on PlayStation at the time.
What we're gonna go to Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Facts. How do you go from Red Dead to Kingdom
Love
Hearts?
Why not?
You went from one long one to
No,
another,
it was because
to a harder long one.
it was because the Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out, so I wanted to play through the whole story to get caught up.
Motherfucker said GTA not long enough. That storyline not long enough. Let me go to
It
Kingdom
was
Hearts.
Red
where I get
Dead,
lost.
first of all.
I don't give a fuck. Cowboys with GTA with Cowboys.
GTA with Cowboys.
Essentially.
Yeah,
the
no,
movie
I
was
had to,
called,
but I had to stop because my freaking Xbox fan was going crazy. I opened it up and changed the thermal paste twice because it was.
Oh my
it was,
god!
I
You
know.
went through all that?
Yeah, and then the second time when I
still
closed
played
it, it was dead. It died on me.
Wow,
I know.
that face.
I know.
Well, you know, I wanted to get back into it, and
Let you know, I found the movie
What
what's
is
the
it
movie?
called?
called Wally's Wonderland.
Never
Wally's
heard of it.
Wonder- yeah, never
Wally's
heard that one.
Wonderland. Okay.
It's a great movie. Wanted to see you. You know, I don't watch movies, so
Right,
you know,
yeah, if you're recommending a movie, that's saying something.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh man,
Oh, it just like 2 years ago. Okay.
yeah, it's not long. Not long. It didn't come out a long time ago. I never heard of it.
Oh, it's on.
No,
Oh well. Okay.
it's on some place, but literally, he doesn't say a single word through the whole movie.
Imagine
It
hiring
is
Nicolas Cage to not talk.
Oh, he only makes facial expressions, and he carries that movie for a minute. It's really funny watching him on screen.
It's funny.
Wow.
Anyway.
We'll get right into the news
Yeah.
because, and then the first bit of news has to do with the reason why I'm playing Red Dead 2,
Right.
is because it's been almost confirmed by now because they have the logo up on the website from Rockstar and everything is changing. So now it's been all but confirmed that Red Dead Redemption is getting a remake. And Red Dead 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. So I figured, great. Now I have to jump into Red Dead 2 and play that amazing story all over again, just so I can have it fresh in my mind for when the remake drops. And no date or anything, of course, because nothing is officially announced. But I'm really hoping it's this year.
I mean,
My hope, I hope.
I hope not, because I already got a lot on my plate as it is.
What's more?
Maybe next
What's
spring.
more?
Maybe next
No,
spring.
no. What's wrong?
What's one more? Just
Right?
add to the pile.
So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you didn't care that much anyway.
So
Let's
I'm
go.
actually curious because I think it was like a few months ago that they
That's not cute.
announced that they're doing. Well, they announced that they're making 2 games or 2 new game. Did they say new? I don't remember. But there's Rockstar said that they're making games from beloved franchises. So this was the first one, I'm assuming, because it's pretty much all but confirmed, because they have the logo. It even says like Rockstar Presents, which they haven't done up until recently. So it's like Rockstar Presents Red Dead Redemption. But I wonder how much of a remake it's gonna be. Like, is it gonna be like a port essentially with like higher res textures and basically everything is the same, but it's just it looks prettier and it runs on the new consoles? Or is it gonna be an actual remake where it's like Red Dead 2, but better, but the Red Dead 1 story? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I hope it's better than Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 was awesome. It came out like 2018, 2019, something like that.
Something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Sure.
and it was it was absolutely amazing for the time and what the power of the consoles at the time and PCs, what they did was insane. The amount of details that went into that world. So I want them to replicate that, but for the Red Dead game, the first one.
Right.
They can do that. It was
See,
great. I loved it.
The thing is, I've noticed with Rockstar games, and maybe they'll change it with the next Grand Theft Auto, their control scheme, or I don't want to say control scheme, but like the way the characters move is very stiff. Like I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to like control the character when you try to do something, it takes forever for them to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like
they try to make it more realistic. You gotta feed your horse, so you gotta take it out of your bag.
Yeah, but
you gotta open the wheel, click the item, take it out of your bag, present it to the horse, and the horse has to come over. It's a lot.
At what point is it too realistic? Like I'm playing a game.
Right now, it's too realistic. What do you mean when?
But that's what I'm saying. Like what they need to find a good balance, because at the end of the day, it's still a game. It still needs to be fun. Granted, it is still fun, but I feel like they need to streamline.
I don't find any enjoyment when I have to take a horse out to do this. Right?
Yeah, you gotta get off your horse, tie it to the pole, and then go and do what you want to do, and then you gotta untie it to come back.
You don't have to tie it to the pole, but your horse will probably be gone because it's a horse and it runs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some stuff that is just like, did you really have to go all the way with that?
I appreciate the attention to detail in Red Dead 2.
I do.
I do. It makes the game, right? And I don't think any other developer out there could have done what they did with Red Dead 2, and I hope they bring that and extra to the remaster of Red Dead Redemption, because I cannot wait for this. It is up there with Starfield for me. As soon as I heard it, I was like, that's it. I'm in. You got me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll still get it. I mean, I love the first Red Dead game. Like that was one of my.
I'm so wrong.
Top. It's one of my top games of the last. Well, no, it's not last generation.
Mm-hmm.
The generation before.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a generation defining game. Like, it's one of those where you look at the 360 and PS3 era, and that's one of the games that stand out as that was the game to play that generation.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. I will play it, obviously. I'll get it. But I hope I don't know. It just depends on how much of a remake it is. Because obviously GTA 6 is coming out, and it's these games take forever to come out, and it's I want more than just GTA and Red Dead, you know?
You asking for more? Don't you have enough already?
About to say.
I want more to get excited about. What happened to Bully? What happened to LA Noire? Come on.
Yeah, but those are not new. That's all still old IP, right?
But that's what I'm saying. I want more of that, different stuff.
My brother, how about you finish the games you have right now?
I'm working on it, okay?
Oh man,
you can get a second LA Noire, whatever else Rockstar game you're thinking of after you finish these last three. How about this?
Well, I still gotta beat Red Dead 2,
7 or 6.
Are
they still working on the other Resident Evil anyway?
Wait. He hasn't even beaten Red Dead 2?
I told you why I stopped.
I thought you were talking about Red Dead, the first one.
No, the second one. My Xbox broke. I had to get a new one, and then I never got back into it.
We gonna move on to the next one before I get angry up in here. I'm already angry at this next one, so we're gonna stay angry right now.
I want all these things. Give them to me.
So over there this past week, a viral tweet from Ubisoft's creators, so Assassin's Creed creators, Ubisoft, about account deletion policy has ignited intense conversations on Twitter and Reddit, all over social media about the policy, and it's very confusing. People immediately jump to the fact that they're going to be deleting inactive accounts and seamlessly taking away your access to their video games if your account is inactive, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that makes zero sense to me. Like, why would you? Because like that's the thing. It's your games are tied to your account. So if they just deactivate it, see, it would be one thing if they just like timed it out or something like that, and then like when you try to get back into it, it'll be like, hey, we timed you out, sign back in, and you can get all your games back. That's fine. But the fact that they're just deactivating it 100%, and then your games are gone. Like, granted, like if you haven't played it that long, that's on you. But still, like, I bet people like me who have a huge backlog, eventually they might want to go back and play those games. So it's like, why would you do that? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, if it's a server issue, like there's other ways to go about it.
Yeah, and they're not very particular on how long you have to be inactive in order for the account to be completely suspended indefinitely. So it's very confusing. Ubisoft themselves had to come out and sort of like correct the terms of service, but also they didn't fully say exactly if they fixed it or not. But they did say that it's not as prevalent as people think it is. It's very rare cases that they do it, but still,
so like, hold on. They came out and said that, look, we didn't really fix the issue.
Yeah,
that's what you just said to me.
Yeah, they're like, oh, before we do it, we'll send you 3 emails. So let you know.
They're damage control and be like, hey,
we're working on it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's when it comes to like game preservation and wanting to keep your games and just have your stuff there without having to worry about a company just deleting you. That's kind of shitty on them.
Yeah,
deleting you was crazy.
You know what? They probably want people to sign up for what is it, Ubisoft Plus, so that way they don't even have to worry about it. As long as they have a subscription, they get all those games.
Get that shit out of here!
I don't need another subscription service.
That's a big fact. To get out of here.
We know.
Yeah.
Oh, we know you don't.
Well, I don't. But yeah, it's just really shitty. Like, I feel like this came out of nowhere. And granted, I'm assuming it's affecting people who haven't like even touched Ubisoft launcher. Because is it on? Because no, it has to be on PC.
Says Ubisoft. They say Ubisoft accounts.
Yeah, and so it has to be on PC.
You have to access. Well, not really, because you have to access Ubisoft accounts even on console for some of their games, including Rainbow Six Siege and Division 2.
So I guess if on PC it affects your library, whereas on console it affects your game saves, maybe. Or like your unlocks or all that stuff that you've accrued through the years of playing the games. I don't know.
This sounds like a lot.
It is a lot, and it's overly complicated when it didn't need to be. And it's like Ubisoft is not in a position to be doing shit like this. They're supposedly on an upswing where they've been like kind of like fixing things in terms of like the studio and like what they're doing, their game output, all that stuff. So it's like this is not the type of reaction you want, especially when they have a new Assassin's Creed coming out. Supposedly they're releasing Skull and Bones.
Another one?
Fuck. Yeah, they got 2. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they got 2 coming out.
Oh, you don't need more Assassin's Creed. There's like 17.
I remember when they said
there's more than 2K.
I remember when they said they were taking a break from Assassin's Creed, and literally they just didn't release one year, and then they just went back right into it. I was like, really?
That was their break.
That was their break.
1 year. That's all.
This isn't God of War, my nigga. Like, what do you want?
Yeah, their pockets was running a little low, so they were like, all right, bring out the cash cow.
All right, break is over.
We ain't sound like we're supposed to. Bring back Assassin's Creed.
They should bring back a Splinter Cell. They really want money.
What nature?
That's a fact. They don't make a lot of money with that.
They still running those fucking Rainbow Siege servers. You think they go to now?
Oh man! So we'll jump right into the next bit of news. We got news about Mortal Kombat. So they released
I definitely heard Jeff Hardy, and I was like, "What?"
Jeff Hardy. Yo, you need to get your headphones fixed or something. You'd be hearing the wrong
You definitely
thing.
said jump. You definitely said jumping to the next bit of news, and my brain, I was like, "Did he just say Jeff Hardy? What did he do?"
That's crazy.
It
So
was just so fast.
we have news about Mortal Kombat and their sort of every character that's so far confirmed. Now it's like it feels like every week they're coming out with more characters that are being confirmed. I guess
His
they're
name
doing
is
it
John
in-
Cena.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Honestly, I'm starting to think.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yes, he's right. Peacemaker, he's in it. I
Yeah,
forgot. Yeah, he is.
I'm starting to think that these leaks are like done on purpose. Like they're doing it to drive up like hype, and then when they release the trailer, it's like, oh my god, the leaks were true.
Yeah, I mean, they've been confirmed basically, because we got a whole like big screenshot with all the characters in the combat one pack,
Right.
and
Yes,
it was like
it was.
we had Peacemaker, so we had John Cena from DC.
Wasn't it only? It wasn't Only Man too.
Omni-Man, yeah.
Omni-Man from
Who's also voiced by J.K. Simmons.
yes, he's going to be voiced by J.K. Simmons, which is really cool.
Yeah.
We also have Homelander from The Boys.
I was gonna say his Homeland. I was like, I saw something about Homeland, but I wasn't sure about Wild.
Yeah.
Yep. And fan favorite from Mortal Kombat 4, Tanya. She actually, I don't know if you guys seen the picture of Tanya, but she looks like Regina King. I get every time I see her character, I'm like, that's Regina King. What's she doing in Mortal Kombat?
What's her name? Tanya?
Tanya.
I don't remember Tanya.
I'll send you the
actually.
picture so you
Hold
can
on.
see it.
No, I'm looking up right
Yeah,
now.
sure.
You're looking up right now? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
No. Fuck, man, I gotta do work.
So yeah, I mean, of course, they also announced
Yeah,
Quan
it
Chi.
does look like her.
Tell me she doesn't look like Regina King. That's Regina King.
Just with bangs, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they got a bunch of characters, and that was just the first combat pack that they're planning to release, which of course
What the
has
fuck?
like Quan Chi and Ermac and a bunch of other characters. But they released even more this past week, and it's insane the amount of characters that this game is gonna have. And I actually can't wait to play this one. It looks really good. I like to see it going back to sort of its original state after 11 with the whole
Reboot or
time
whatever.
travel and reboots and stuff. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to Mortal Kombat, definitely.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about it because my brother already told me that he pre-ordered it, so I got it because of
Hey.
Game Share.
We're gonna reboot it again.
So like one of
And of
the
and
interesting
of course, like always,
one of the
Rep-
interesting additions
Reptile has to die.
is, at least this is the one that stuck out to me, is supposedly they're adding Doomslayer into the game.
Yes, that was part of the second pack leak, right?
Yeah, so like that's like, I feel like so when it was Killer Instinct that they started adding like Microsoft characters or whatever, and I know Mortal Kombat in the past has done guest characters like with brand specific characters, like they had Kratos at one point. I feel like Mortal Kombat could be kind of like, I hate to say it, but they could kind of be like the Fortnite of the fighting of the fighting game genre, where they could just have so many guest characters from like brand specific, because now Bethesda is Xbox, so they could probably put Kratos back in, and you could have like Kratos versus Doomslayer and just go crazy with it. I feel like that's
If I want that, I'll just write to Death Battle. I'm okay.
Exactly. that would make death battles easier, or their job easier, because they could just do it in Mortal Kombat.
Would it make it easier, or would it put them out of business?
Possibly, but I don't know.
Either
But
way,
yeah.
it's exciting characters coming to Mortal Kombat 1. And I can't wait to actually play it. It's one of the few fighter games that I like to and enjoy playing.
Yeah, I wonder if I mean, they do it with everyone, or maybe where they add like DC characters, because obviously they're part of Warner Brothers, so you would expect DC characters to show up. Because I
I
think.
mean, yeah, they already have Peacemakers, so
Oh yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
There you go.
Shit,
Yeah, so never mind.
I'm pretty sure they'll have more because they did the whole Injustice, which was running on the Mortal Kombat engine.
Yeah.
So
True.
so I'm sure they'll have Joker come up. I'm sure we'll see.
Well, see,
probably
the thing is,
Superman.
it has to be relevant. They'll probably do Superman probably closer to the end because they're doing the Superman movie or Superman Legacy or whatever. So they'll probably have that tie in to the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely a lot of characters to do. They can bring a ton of characters, so the possibilities are endless. We all know it's gonna be, like $30 per pack.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot to get through.
So I'm so upset about it.
I am. I really am. You should have seen my face. I was like, oh God, all these packs of characters.
I wonder if they'll do like a wacky DLC like they did with the freaking Ninja Turtles. Was that Injustice?
I think that was Injustice.
That was Injustice.
Yeah.
They should do that with Mortal Kombat. Just go crazy with it.
They really should. Might as well.
Fucking put Shaggy in there. Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
No.
That would be hilarious.
This is only 10% of my true power.
Yes. Yes.
No. Put Shaggy in this game. Don't get this mins. I don't want this.
Well, we'll go on to we're talking about Diablo now because season 4, right before the season 1 of Diablo 4's came out, they did a big nerf to a lot of characters, a lot of people's builds, and they just ruined the fun out of Diablo 4, and a lot of people were upset. They were
the fun.
Yeah, they did. They really did. They ruined a lot of the different builds, especially the sorcerer class. People literally stopped playing sorcerer and just made a whole new character, the whole different class because the sorcerer was trash. People were so upset, and people were contacting developers on live streams and on Twitter, and it got to the point where they spoke about it. They said, we know it's not the greatest play experience for players out there, and we don't plan on doing a patch like this ever again. We hear you loud and clear, and we know that reducing player power is never a good experience, and sometimes we just don't get it quite right. So they're working on fixing the patch that they originally put out that basically nerfed a lot of classes to the ground.
And we fucked up, my nigga. Damn, let us
that's what I was saying. It's bad when the developers are admitting fault.
So they're currently working on the next patch, which is supposed to fix all the wrongs that they did, as well as to make it better. And I get this game has a PvP section.
I'll go to
I was gonna say that
most of it is PvE. You can play with your friends and you can do missions and dungeons and stuff against the computers. So I don't understand why they just nerf classes to the ground like that. It's like,
but see, the thing with Diablo is that there's the base game and then there's the end game. I feel like this patch affects mostly the end game stuff. So if you're just playing the game just for the story or whatever, I feel like it doesn't really affect you that much.
No, but nobody really plays Diablo just for the story, though.
I do.
You're the 1%.
I'm the 1%. I don't care. I admit it.
We don't give a fuck about your 1% ass thing.
But that's also why I didn't buy it at first, because I wanted to get it because I wanted something to play with my fiance, but I already had Diablo 3, so we played that instead. But
who wants to care about you trying to be cute, nigga? No,
I'm just saying. It's a co-op game, all right. But if that's the main concern is with the end game stuff, like I feel like, well, to be fair, the majority of Diablo players care about the end game stuff because that's where the majority is gonna spend
most of the game.
Yeah, that's where like the seasons,
90% of the game.
Yeah, that's where the seasons come in and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess it's a big deal, but
it's a big deal. It's such a big deal that they're fixing it. You know?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, well, let's hope that they work on it faster because the game has been. I have to stop playing for a little bit. I was just like, I don't feel as strong as I felt when I first started toward the end game. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna play it. And then I started playing Exo Prime.
Well, that's
Not you being like, I don't have the same feel. I don't have the feelings I used to have for you, girl.
well, that's
exactly.
It's a good thing that I didn't buy it, and I'll just wait for it to come on Game Pass eventually.
You know what?
Good luck.
Eventually, well, yeah,
It will.
yeah.
It's not you, it's me.
Let's get into some console wars.
Oh boy.
So yeah, a developer who develops a game called Quantum Era was console warring on Twitter to basically promote that game that's nearly finished and it runs perfect on the super fast PS5 SSD, and that it's going to be quite a while before they release the Xbox version because the Xbox SSD is slower. Those were the developers' own words, and they released like footage of their game running on the PS5 and how it looks so smooth. But they were getting a lot of flack on Twitter.
This could be you.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of flack on Twitter because of their statements. They're out there console warning and retweeting like PlayStation fans and how they're console warring. So it was like a bunch of bull crap all over Twitter behind this game, and they released the footage of this game, and it looked really crappy.
Yeah. So like this whole situation just kind of made me roll my eyes because like it's not the first time that a developer has resorted to like console war stuff to promote their game, because let's be honest, nobody even knew this game was a thing before they came out and
Never
started,
heard of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
started talking about how the Xbox SSD is not fast enough or whatever.
Yeah.
So that kind of got traction because like you said, PlayStation fanboys, they run with everything that is anti-Xbox. And the developers knew this, which honestly,
It's just like politics. It's
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's I want to be upset at it, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, this is probably gonna work because whatever the case may be about faster SSD, whatever, the PlayStation fanboys are now riding behind this game, even though they never even heard about it. Nobody ever talked. Same thing. Remember that game? What was it? Abandoned. Remember that game that people were talking about and that never came out? Like it wasn't a PlayStation. Yeah, it wasn't a whole PlayStation showcase. They had a whole trailer for it, and
yes, I do remember. Yes,
it just disappeared because the people just forgot about. Developers forgot. They abandoned it. But anyway, yeah. So this developer, and then the developers, like the people working on the game themselves, have posted on their separate accounts saying that they prefer PlayStation. They're like open PlayStation fanboys or whatever. So it's just like, it's really like shameless marketing tactics that now the PlayStation fanboys that have been promoting it and talking about it or whatever, either this game has to be like, I don't want to say the greatest game ever, but it has to deliver now, because now you have a fan base riding for it, and you're basically shunning another whole entire fan base. And I even posted on Twitter, it's like, you might as well cancel this game on Xbox, because the fact that this official account, quote unquote, is retweeting stuff that's making fun of Xbox is not a good look. And you're not going to get people to buy this game on Xbox if that's what you're doing. So, go ahead.
I don't think people should be touting the SSD line anymore, especially after Rift Apart came out on PC and you could run it on not an SSD. I mean, it's Steam Deck verified, so you can run it on an SD card.
Right.
So like this whole PS5 extremely fast SSD, like people have to stop it. It's been proven wrong already. You look dumb saying it. Like, calm down.
Yeah, it's just like I said before. It's shameless marketing, and it's probably gonna work. They're probably gonna sell a lot of copies on PlayStation 5. But like I said, it's gonna be funny if this game, because they released gameplay of it, and it looks like the most basic ass indie game.
Bro, the AI wasn't even moving. You're just standing
they were just
there.
standing there. It's like, this is where you chose to show. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. This game literally just came out of nowhere. I don't want to wish bad on a developer because
I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you.
You want the smoke?
I do. You want a console war? I'll console war right back. Your game is trash. You're a trash developer because you can't develop on Xbox, you should just not bring it out. There you go.
Man, you taking the
Sir.
when you have Brother Zay telling you to calm down.
Sorry, this is a podcast. We are supposed to be neutral,
right?
Don't stoop to their level. We're better than this.
You keep me grounded.
Why do you think
you keep me grounded?
It's my job to act up. You hold
exactly.
your position.
No, but it's just, I don't know. We'll see how this plays out because this game. I don't even remember where this game is coming out.
It just said later this year.
Yeah, so it could be one of those things where they're just trying to capitalize on people's ability to ride or die for a game, and then it could be a good game based on what I've seen. I don't know if it looks like a 70 max on Metacritic. But we'll see.
You're being generous. Let's go to the next bit. So we have some more news out of last week. We talked about Antstream Arcade bringing out their 1,400 retro games to the Xbox platform. So we got some more news because the Antstream studio head Mike Rouse, he was on a podcast talking about their release of this arcade streaming service, and he was nothing but praise for Phil Spencer. They had a meeting, and basically he said that Phil Spencer and Xbox want to preserve games. They want to make sure that people can play games, whether it be old, whether it be new, and that Antstream was perfect for Xbox. And he wanted to praise him, saying that without him, he doesn't think this would have been possible. So that was high praise for them, and that jumps right into our next announcement, which just happened today, which meaning when you hear this, yesterday, Friday, that Final Fantasy XIV will be released on Xbox later in, I think it's spring.
Yeah,
spring
I
of
think it's next year.
Yeah.
Which is big news because for the longest time we thought Xbox and Square Enix were just never going to be partnered again. Especially after Final Fantasy VII skipping, as well as now Final Fantasy XVI skipping Xbox. But they had a big conference, and they actually brought Phil Spencer on stage, and they were talking about their partnership and how they are now going to be bringing Final Fantasy XIV to Xbox and also future Final Fantasy games.
Yes. No, this is big news, and it's one of those things where it's like, you can tell that Phil Spencer has been putting in the legwork in terms of getting these, I don't want to say deals, but like mending these fences.
Yeah.
Because Xbox has been on the back end when it comes to these deals that PlayStation has been doing, securing exclusives from Square Enix and stuff like that. So it's nice to know that he gets a lot of shit because Xbox hasn't been performing and stuff like that. But it's stuff like this that show that, like, no, he is actually working his ass off to try and like make this work. Like when it comes to the arcade thing that you mentioned before, that it wouldn't be possible without Phil Spencer. Like Phil Spencer was vying for this stuff. That's why it's not on PlayStation, because PlayStation, they don't care. If it was up to PlayStation, they will want you to only buy remakes. They don't care about old games. That's it. Like if you missed out on PS2, PS3, PS1, that's it. Sorry, go get a PS1 if you want to play it. Don't worry about playing it on PlayStation 5.
Do I have to talk to you too? What is going on?
I was low key
What is-
waiting for you to jump in, Tay.
I heard him going. I was like, wait a minute. I was like,
but it's the truth.
He's still going. That's
Like
crazy.
literally, a few years ago, he's not the CEO, Jim Ryan. What is he? He's like the head of PlayStation.
I think he's the head of PlayStation America,
yeah.
like Sony of America's.
Before he got that, he even said in an interview a few years ago where he said, like, when he looked at a game playing backwards compatible, he was just like, why would anybody play? It was like Gran Turismo or something like that. It was like Gran Turismo 2 or 3, which is on PS2.
Right.
It's like, why would anybody play this? It looks horrible. And it's like, that's not the point. It's the fact that you have to preserve your library so that way future generations can know what came before, so they can appreciate what comes next. That's the whole point of this whole thing. So it's like, it's nice to know that Phil Spencer isn't backing down from that, because when it comes to backwards compatibility, like they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to make the 360 be able to run on Xbox One and Series X. They didn't have to make the original Xbox games run on new consoles. So it's like, it's nice to know that they're sticking to their guns when it comes to game preservation. And their Xbox shows, or their history shows that they care. But in terms of the Square Enix stuff, I feel like this goes back to I think it was the CEO of Square Enix that said in an interview that they kind of regret I mean, I'm paraphrasing here, but they basically said they regret taking the deals that they did.
The deals, yeah.
Yeah, because it hindered the amount of people that they can reach, or the amount of consumers that they can reach. This goes beyond Final Fantasy, whatever, because they signed deals with Sony that released only on Sony.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. They got the money up front, but that was a different regime. So these deals are still ongoing, and I feel like, I don't know anything. I have no idea what's going on. But for me, I feel like those deals are running up, and Square Enix is just like, nah, we're not re-upping. Like, it was nice. We got the money up front, but I feel like we need to start selling on as many platforms as possible. So this is the start of that work, I guess. So now we get Final Fantasy XIV, which has been requested since the freaking 360 era, that they wanted this game to be on Xbox consoles and cross-play.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Final Fantasy XIV in particular came out 2013.
Yeah, it came out on PS3, I think.
Yeah,
so,
it did.
Yeah, so it's been a thing since all the way back then. And now they're using this as kind of like a launching point for, like, I guess, a new partnership. Because even Phil Spencer said that they look forward to bringing Final Fantasy, or making Final Fantasy mean more on, I forget exactly. I watched the video too, and I forget what he said. Just basically, Final Fantasy is gonna be on Xbox, and
yeah,
hopefully that means Final Fantasy XIV, Final Fantasy 16, right? That was the one that just came out. Yeah,
16,
and future Final Fantasies going forward. And it's a good show for Japanese developers too, because I know a lot of Japanese developers have been skipping Xbox because other developers skip Xbox. So it's just like, why are we selling this if nobody's gonna buy it? And
yeah.
So I mean, it's a good step forward into mending that relationship, and I'm glad.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they even had a big so it's hard doing business with foreign nations. You have to sort of get accustomed to how they do business, in particular with Japanese businessmen,
right?
And then Japanese video game businessmen. They had actually high praise for Phil Spencer. They actually basically asked the crowd to give. They thanked Phil Spencer. They wanted to thank him, and they said, please give him a big round of applause. And this was from the CEO of Square Enix, because they were like, they had mentioned that it wouldn't have been possible to bring Final Fantasy XIV to Xbox without him.
Yeah.
So like you said earlier, he's out there working hard to try and bring as much content to Xbox and to the Xbox ecosystem itself.
Yeah, and he's done it with Sega before. So it's like
Yep.
he's showing that he cares about this stuff. And I think that's probably why, and I feel like I said it a few episodes ago, where Japanese business, they do it differently. They take personal stuff like into account. Like, yeah, business is business, like whatever you got to do to make money. But in Japan, they take personal feelings into account. So the fact that Phil Spencer is taking the time to actually make these relationships work shows that he's dedicated to making sure that Japan has a place on Xbox. And that's what these studios care about. They want to have that security that Xbox is going to do their best to promote their stuff on the platform, because it hasn't been like that in the past. So that's why it's important, and that's why they praise Phil Spencer, because he's ensuring that Xbox is going to make sure that your games are going to be showcased and flourish on the platform. So I mean, hopefully this leads to more Game Pass deals too, because I would like to try these games, but you know me and my backlog.
Always bring it up.
You got to do it.
Can't escape it.
Can't.
No, never. So we'll go to so there's a recent collaboration between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and Microsoft. They are releasing or they're not releasing it to the public. It's more like
it's a sweepstakes thing, isn't it?
It's a sweepstakes. Yeah, you have to enter to try and win one of four Ninja Turtles controllers that actually allow you to smell the controller as if it's pizza from Ninja Turtles. And it's actually really funny and ingenious when you look at the controller. First of all, the controller, they're well designed. Each one has, of course, a particular Ninja Turtle. And it looks really cool. It has like ooze all over it, and it's got like Mikey from Michelangelo. And on the back of the controller, so you have to put in your batteries on the controller. And then on the back of your controller, you have another extension that goes on top of the battery pack. And you have to put batteries in that and then drop like droplets of oil that smell like pizza. And whenever you want, you hit the button at the top of the pizza crust, and it sort of blasts that smell out like a Febreze of pizza. It was absolutely silly, but it's really cool that they did this collab for the movie that's coming out. And you can retweet a tweet on Game Pass and Xbox on Twitter, and you can try and get in this contest to win one of these controllers. Because I don't think anybody in their right mind would actually buy the controller.
No, I'm sure there's an audience for it if you sold it. But it's so fucking stupid. Like
you told me I can't buy it. You told me I can't get my controller. Why are you hating on the control ID?
I mean, I don't know.
If I want my controller to smell like pizza, I'm just gonna make it smell like pizza.
It's just so dumb, but it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so dumb that it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because it's so unique. Like, think about it. Like, imagine you're playing a game. Like, who wants to smell pizza? Well, I guess there maybe there is.
Hold on. There you go. You got your Mountain Dew, you got your controller that smells like pizza, and your Domino's pizza right next to you.
But you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not just get actual pizza at that point? It's not expensive. It's
because
like, what, $5?
Because we might be on a diet. Why are you hurting people?
That's for
like, what is it?
For the
like, I can't eat the pizza, but man, do I miss the smell?
There you go.
I need my fix somehow.
I went Brother Zay on this one. Smell the pizza. Let's go.
No, it's a unique idea, and I mean, it's good promotion.
Yeah, good promotion for the movie and for Xbox as well.
You can also, if I contemplated doing that, but I think I work. So you can test it out. They have it in the Microsoft store in New York. They have it on display where you can test it out and smell the pizza or whatever. But it's like, why am I gonna go out of my way
to smell pizza?
To smell pizza, I can do that around the corner from my house.
Thanks. Go to the pizza shop.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. No, you know what? It's a collab between
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles and Xbox. I think it's just cool. It's fun.
No, not for nothing. Xbox has been killing it with their controller like
Oh yeah,
game. Like it's the amount of different controllers they have for Xbox is insane. Like they have a Barbie controller. They have a
yeah, the
freaking
Barbie one. Yeah.
fuzzy. Well, I think it was a Sonic controller, where it's like little like hairs sticking out of the controller to make you like. It's insane that they go crazy. Whoever's working on the controllers at Xbox, they're just like going all
Yeah.
out. They don't
Oh,
care.
yeah.
Whatever they can come up with.
Big round of
Go ahead.
applause for Xbox Design Labs and all their controllers that they come out with
Yes.
that you can customize and everything. It's absolutely insane what they do on the controllers aspect.
As I
of
look into the
everything.
Barbie controller.
Yeah, it actually looks really cool. Like it
They got
comes
the
with little
Barbie, and they
cars.
also have Barbie Series S. So
The Series S, it comes with like little cars that you can actually play on Forza Horizon 5, which is awesome.
oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so like the cars it comes with, you can actually play in game. So it's really cool collaboration that they did with Barbie. Not just the controller and the Series S that's pink. It's actual cars that you get, face plates for the controller, like different type of designs of the face plates, as well as actual in-game content.
You know what they should have done? They should have done an Oppenheimer Series X
Why?
to kind of like
To
take advantage of the whole cross promotion of like because
Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Barbie
No.
Oppenheimer, Barbenheimer,
No.
whatever you want to call it.
You
No.
do know we're trying to become friends with Japanese partners, not
Yeah, so
push
you
them
want-
away.
So
I need you
let's put this together. You want us. You want the American companies to make a controller that celebrate the bombing of 2 islands.
No, 2 cities.
Cool.
2 cities, yeah.
No. Like, it pretty much killed 2 islands.
I'm talking about the movie, but not
no.
not
Which
you
directly
want them to
relates
celebrate the documentary of the bombing?
We're gonna put this man in jail tonight.
now that you
No, I'm leaving.
now that you
Close
put
this.
it that way.
And
Probably not a good idea.
Then now. you two have been wilding. I'm done.
It is hot, all right? Don't
It's
judge
hot.
us.
It's hot.
You don't see me losing it.
Oh man.
All
This is why you guys don't live in the constant state of chaos enough.
Clearly.
we gotta release it sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So the last bit of news we have is Tencent is taking majority stake in Techland. Techland is the Dying Light 2 developers, and this is huge. As you know, Tencent is a Chinese games publisher, I guess,
Publisher.
and they're out there gobbling up majority of stakes of a bunch of different, studios and IPs, and they are huge in the market. They take up, if not as much more than Sony when it concerns stakes in gaming companies. The Dying Light CEO stated that he will remain as CEO, and they're doing business as usual. They're just partnering up with them to try and get the backing of this major publisher, and it just, it's like a reminiscing of like ABK and Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people just consolidating.
Yeah, it's a different approach because you have Microsoft trying to basically own these publishers so that way they can have like 100% say in what goes on. But Tencent is taking another route because they're not a platform holder. They're just a publisher, and not even one that is kind of like known. A lot of people don't even know that Tencent is actually the leader in terms of gaming revenue. So it's they're trying to be not as invasive because they've already done it with Don't Nod, that's what it is. The makers of Life is Strange and all those other
Yes.
yeah. So they've taken majority stake in those. They've done it with Borderlands. What is it? The developers of those.
Gearbox.
Yeah. So they've invested in Gearbox, and I feel like that's their strategy. They're just investing in companies that they can make money off of. It's not like they're trying to take it away. Like I said, they're not a platform holder, so they benefit more from it being on whatever platform is out there. But in this case, they're essentially taking controlling stake. So they're going to make as much money as possible from Techland Games, which is Dying Light, and I feel like they have another one. What's the other one? It's not it's not that the other zombie game. The one that you just bought.
Oh, you're talking about Dead Island.
Dead Island, yeah, that's Techland, right?
No,
No,
it's not.
Who made that?
Dead Island?
Yeah, who made that Island? I could have
That's a good
sworn.
question.
Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
Yeah. Epic.
They published it.
What was the question?
It's
Who made Dead Island?
Techland, the developer Techland. Did they make Dead Island?
No, they didn't make Dead Island. Dead Island 2
They
is
didn't make
an
Dead Island.
Epic's game by Deep Silver.
Deep Silver. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Techland?
Yeah, the Techland they made Call of Juarez, which was actually an interesting game. I played it before, but anyway, clearly they're probably working on a Dead Island or not Dead Island, Dying Light 3.
They worked on Dead Island 3. That's what you're.
Did they? No, Dead Island.
Yes.
No, wait.
It shows up in one of the searches that they worked on. It wasn't there. They just helped work on it.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Was it? Am I thinking of Dying Light?
You think of Dying Light?
Dying Light, yeah.
They did Dying Light though.
Yeah.
I know.
Anywho, yeah. So this probably makes it clear that they are gonna release a Dying Light 3, and who knows? I mean, this could possibly just mean more stuff from the studio. I mean, every studio, because I'm pretty sure Dying or Techland is independent, right?
Yeah.
So
Really?
it's pretty much a goal for independent studios is to be acquired by a big publisher, or at least have a working relationship with one.
It took so long for Dying Light 2 to come out.
Yeah, I remember.
Was it like 9 years of development or something like that?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
So let's hope with this partnership that they have access to more resources, more people to be able to work on the next games, so they can actually release games, instead of once a generation, maybe a couple times,
Right. So yeah, no, this is basically ensuring their future, and that's good.
They had part of a development in Dead Island 1. That's why you think of it.
Maybe that's what it is. I feel like I remember hearing Techland and Dying Light or Dead Island at one point. And I remember Dying Light was kind of like the spin-off.
Yeah.
Because
so they were one of the developers of Dead Island, first one.
Yeah. Because I remember Dead Island 2 was in like development hell, and then Techland moved on to something else, which was Dying Light.
And that's why.
There you go.
All right, that's literally all we have for the news. That was the last bit. Tencent taking over.
That's it. I mean, I hope that they just stick with this, because honestly, if Tencent decides to like get serious and release like a whole freaking platform, it's probably gonna be over, because they have so much resources.
They really do. I mean, they have the ability to, and that's the scary part.
They have the ability. They have the capital that they can buy. They can buy up an ABK, like they can buy up EA or whoever.
Oh yeah.
That's the scary part.
They can buy Sony.
They're choosing not to. That's the crazy part. But anyway, so I guess that does it for this episode.
That does it.
We didn't mention it at the beginning, but you can like and subscribe if you like this type of content that we provide. You can follow us on our socials, which I have to update now because apparently Twitter is now X, which is so freaking stupid. But
which actually, Oh, in fact, X is actually owned by another person.
Yes,
Another company.
It's
So
actually-
they might have to change it again.
it's owned.
I think it's owned by the same company replacing them.
No, it's owned in joint for different reasons. Obviously, for Meta owns X for different stuff, which is funny because it's for like logo and gaming and stuff like that, which was previously owned by Microsoft and for like gaming purposes. And when they had Mixer, which the logo X was the whole thing. So yeah, it's a licensing nightmare for Elon
It's
Musk.
not going.
But
It's not going well for Twitter right now. But hey,
you know what?
yeah, you're
It can
gonna have to change that, and they'll probably change the name again.
it can crash
It's
and burn
Twitter.
for all I care.
It's Twitter. That's it. I ain't saying that.
Anywho, yeah. So we'll see you guys next week. And anything else, guys?
Done. Now, peace out. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. See ya.
If I had one wish,
What?
don't worry about it. Bye.